I'm thinking, wouldn't the NFL want an older, more mature quarterback, especially with you pointed out how the rules are changing and guys' careers are lasting longer? Do you think it's an advantage for Hooker and Bennett over there to enter the league at the age right? And throw Levis in there too. What is he, 24 years old?
Yeah, he'll still be 24, and he's a guy that's certainly projected high. A lot of it, in talking to the quarterbacks who had been through this before, it comes down to situation, right? Like Brandon Weeden, I'm sure he would love to have performed better, but he also entered a really tough situation, when he was drafted by the Browns. Chris Winkie was a fourth-round pick, was with the Panthers when they weren't very good, and so I think it just depends on what. Hendon and Stetson and Will Levis and Hall from BYU, like where they enter the door, because it's tough. I think every quarterback would like a little bit of time to develop, but it's hard when you're already 25 or 26. You're not going to get 2 or 3 years to sit on the bench and hold the clipboard. If you're really in the team's plans. That they want to get you on the field. They want your experience level, not just as a player, but as a person to help them right away. So I think Hooker is really interesting because he is an older player, but he had this revival midway through his college career at Tennessee. And I think he seems like a guy that's going to hear his name called either on night one or on day 2 of the draft. So I think he's going to go into a situation where they're going to want him to play relatively early, and that's where the age can be an advantage because you've seen more as a player, you've lived more as a person, and you can transition to that NFL life a little bit differently than someone like Anthony Richardson, who's obviously incredibly talented, but is only 20 years old and has only started 13 games. Both of these quarterbacks in Bennett and Hooker have started a lot of games on a big stage, especially Stetson Bennett. So I'm excited to see how they do. But as noted in the story, the limited history of older quarterbacks being drafted high is not particularly encouraging.